All right, guys. I'll certainly open it up for anything that you guys have to say. Just again, really proud of our football team. A lot of growth from week one to week two, and still got a lot of work to do. Obviously, as we saw today, but a good road win and a good opportunity to get ourselves started in league play. So, with that said, I'll open up for questions for you guys.
Man, I can't recall Jaquan playing a better game than what he played today. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, and I think Randy, maybe making that statement, from myself until I watched the video. I want to watch the video and see everything, but I'll just tell you this: I really thought he played a phenomenal game last week. I thought he was truly outstanding in the game, and I think what you're seeing is a guy building off of. I think, a senior year, an opportunity of the work ethic that he's put in, he's off to a really good start. And so, I couldn't be prouder of him, what he stands for, what he's doing, and I think showing just how talented he truly is.
Matt, you mentioned it's Travis Lance. You mentioned the growth from week one to week two. Where did you see that most evidently?
Well, we could practice, Travis. Football, you got to be able to practice. And I think, we had a lot of guys out early in fall camp. And for a lot of our guys going into really week one, there was probably the second week of fall camp for a lot of them. And, I think that we could have took the easy way out and not played, or you could have played and figured out where you were. And I thought that was huge for us. We had the ability to kind of go back, I think, as the head coach, make some adjustments, especially on special teams that could, really, nail in what our personnel is and help us adjust ourselves. I thought that helped. And then I think just from every other standpoint, I mean, you're still talking a team. You had, a really good, talented offensive lineman out. Somebody stepped up, and I just think trying to play football. Again, football is a sport that's played, now year round, and for our team, for a bulk of our team to practice for 2 weeks, that's hard. So, I thought we were sharper today than what we were previously.
Brees had another good game. I mean, it was a spectacular game. What are your thoughts on him? Just your naked eye,
Yeah. Well, I would say I'd agree with you this week, Randy. It was a good game because the ball wasn't on the ground. And so, I think you and I know this. We've talked about this a lot. Brees is super talented, and I think he took some of the areas where he needed to be better from the first week and get better. And I think an area like the run game, an area like blocking people, an area like running the ball. When you're cautious early, I think it just takes time, and so you saw some really good growth there against what we know is an elite run defense. I thought he was outstanding today, and Kene Nwangu, obviously that run that he made was outstanding as well.
Matt, you mentioned on Tuesday you thought against Louisiana there were plays out there for you guys to make that didn't happen. The Brees run, Kene's run, Mike's interception today. It seemed like when there were plays out there, that happened today. What did you see from that perspective?
And the Joe Skates play, I thought was huge right before really I thought that was a game changer right before the quarter ended. And, I think the biggest thing that you saw is what you said. I thought we played in really good rhythm. That rhythm being things like, offensively, we were way more efficient on the plus side of the 50-yard line. Defensively, when we had the opportunity to get off the field, I thought we did a much better job of that. And then obviously the special teams piece of it. So, I think in an era and a world that we're living in right now, it's not the sellout crowd that's going to give you emotion and energy. It's your play. And I've always said this: we have to at Iowa State, you have to have a great rhythm to play off of each other. And for chunks of today, we did. Now, unfortunately, there's still a lot out there for this team to continue to grow. We left a lot out there again today in terms of putting the nail in the coffin, finishing the games, and doing some things we need to do to be better. But I thought it was a Warriors effort from our kids.
Able to have big plays like that, how much does it offensively alleviate some pressure or change things when you have that explosive factor as an option?
Well, and, I think, Travis, last year we were second in the Big 12 in explosive plays. This is an offense that really over the last 4 years has done those things. And so I think offensive football, as we know, takes a little bit of time, especially with the amount of new guys on the offense playing different roles to just kind of get into a groove. And, I thought that was really big for that groove to occur today. Like I said, the play by Joe Skates, I mean, what the offensive line did without Trevor Downing today, and, I just thought was truly, exceptional. And so, I thought Ramos played better. I thought Foster played better. I think the consistency up there right now of what Colin Newell's continuing to do. I think he's playing, I think as well as what Randy's talking about Jaquan playing, I think Colin Newell is doing the same thing on that offensive line. And so, it was good, and obviously it was good to have Charlie back because Charlie made some big plays for us, and I think just got Brock into a really good rhythm early.
Can you give an update on Tariq and Trevor?
Yeah, both of those guys, I would just say, I think it's more of a day-to-day, week-to-week type deal than it is long-term anything. But both guys are obviously tough kids and guys that have fought through tough stuff before. So nothing season-ending, but I think it's more day-to-day, week-to-week than it is right now out for an extended period of time.
What's the conversation like with Brock when he comes back to the sideline after the fumble/interception?
Yeah, I just think that's part of his growth process. I mean, we had some long talks about that over the last, really even over the last 2 weeks. And, I think one of the things that when you get to be a veteran football player, situational football understanding that sometimes at quarterback, making the best play is making the right play. And, knowing how our defense is playing, understanding the lead, all those kind of things. So I think little things. What I love about Brock is what I love about all great players is they want to make a play to try to win the game, and there's times where sometimes the best play is, to pull the ball down. And so I thought he did some really good things with that as the game went on, but obviously, trying to make a play and tough situation.
Matt, moving forward, Oklahoma next week, and they got beat today. So what's your thoughts on moving forward and what this today does for you guys looking ahead?
Yeah, I just think the reality of it is, and it's just like I told our kids that, we've got a lot of work to do ourselves, and it doesn't really matter who you play. I think this whole era of what we're in right now, it's the teams that have the ability to just keep getting better. And I know I've always said that, and that's football cliche, but boy, oh boy. I mean, and you're talking, man, can you keep making great choices off the field? Can you keep your good players on the field? Can you keep doing all the little things that you can go to work every day and get better? And I think that's really hard. Obviously you're getting tested 3 times a week. You don't know what can happen, but you're going to have to continue to sacrifice greatly. Individually if you're willing to continue to grow and get better. So I think there's a whole lot to that question, Randy. Rather than any opponent, the greatest opponent is ourselves right now.
I'm good.
Thanks, Matt.
All right, guys. Thanks so much.
Thanks.
Yep.